Hey, welcome back. So I did have to save and reload, so I don't know. I mean, I didn't take any extra turns or anything in terms of where we left off, so I think we can continue. The one thing I haven't been able to figure out is usually and that's why you're seeing like the fog of war stuff changing, right? Because I reloaded the game. I don't understand why the fog of war was reapplied there. So like, how do I know that this city is religious or not? Or how many population within it has adopted the religion? That's sort of the weird thing um, about this. So you do see, like, for example, these are all the modifiers, and so you can see each farm, each thing is providing a bonus. But like, it could be that I just never figured it out. I mean, I do see. Oh, actually, here it is. So less than 1% is unstructured. 100%, and you can see the distance is 6. 6 what? Regions? I don't know. So let's go ahead and look. Alright, so we've unlocked one. Here we go. Strength and distance. Measured in passable region. So 6 regions away, it will spread. So that is what I needed to know. How far your cities can spread. It is heavily influenced by roads. Oh, so okay. Roads come factor in as well. Border status, religious units. All right, so that made it a little muddier, but I would think that it should be complicated like that. So, for example, Washington here. If I click on it, it just takes me to diplomacy. So I don't know. Ah, here we go. So you can see that I'm slowly starting to, like, just barely crack a dent. And I would imagine that it's going to be slow at the moment because I do not think Miami finished its altar. Oh, no, it did. So we do have one altar, and you can see the distance from this city is 4, and they're not very far away at all. They're only 2 away, but we have no roads connecting us because I don't have open borders. So I think that's probably what's restricting the spread. And you can see it's 100% for the population. And then the other city, Kelm, is also 100%, even though we don't have the altar finished yet. That's interesting. It does add plus 10 to the spread strength. So that's the other thing. You got a strength value as well. Ah. Sorry, I'm getting paged. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so we got the dwelling. That's right, because we wanted Miami to be able to grow again. So all it does is add plus 3. If it's built in your city center, it adds plus 2 more. Oh, that is important. I didn't even realize that. So we can actually, if I remove that logging camp, I could demolish this and put the dwelling there. Boy, that's a lesson learned. Yeah, I could have been a lot more efficient that way. Alright, here we go. Look, we just got ourselves a new claim. think I want the fish. Ah, there's Rome. We found them. See, our relationship just went cooled right off. Jerks. Alright, so we just discovered a lot more stuff. This weaver is what I wanted. Because we do have wool. I thought it... Oh, you know what? I bet it uses wool. It's just that you have to select what you want it to make. Alright, so then the question becomes, do I research these or do I go straight to... Oh, what a great question. We don't have horses. You know what? I'm going to go straight for ironworking. Let's do it.
The rival nation's leader speaks of the stars signaling an ill omen, claiming that darkness awaits both of your peoples should the fighting continue as it has.
Yeah, you jerk.
They believe this could spell disaster for both your armies, and entreat you to come together with them to survive the coming storm.
Not a big fan. Sure. Oh, here we go. Wait until healed. Let's wait until healed. We got a jewelry and a rope crafted. And we gotta consider... We can add more amenities, right? We're only making jewelry from one place. I think it was this one. It's looking like every 5 turns. So I want to spend another 10. That's a tall order. I'm not getting an income of these, so this would only last 4 turns and then it'd be done. So it's not a good use of them. I could definitely reduce the... I mean, 1 every 5 turns is good. Which means I could probably sustain a second city. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to pick this. Okay, so my largest mistake, and it's nice that I'm realizing it, is... So for example, I have a workshop here, a farm there, a logging camp. That dwelling is giving me a 2 bonus because it's in a city center. So part of me is thinking I need to push these industries out. Just have nothing but dwellings in the city center. And this is the kind of stuff that, like, you got to really pay attention to the different things in the game, because up until now I didn't even realize that, and this is what, my 4th game. So like, I'm looking at the altar here, it doesn't look like that changes. And so like this one here, the farm, plus 5 bonus production for each farm improvement in the same region. So that's rewarding you for being together with others. This one gives a 25% bonus to other industry in the region. Yeah, I'm not doing this right. Makes me want to start over. Okay, well, we got at least an idea of how to play this more efficiently. Alright, so we got our settler, and I gotta be careful, because we are at war with them. I was very enamored with this gold right here. This copper is very necessary, because for a lot of reasons. He already has one there. And then we got dyes, meteorite, pigs and gold up here. So there's a lot going on up here. So this though, you can build a stone pit improvement, which will 100%. Oh, come on. 100% regions. I want those windows to go away. Raw material yield is added to the city's harvest production. So if I look at... So what that would do is that would add... Basically it doubles it. So you're getting 4 raw materials and you're getting copper. And of course copper is important if you're in the Bronze Age, which we are. I do think actually the meteorite is better, but gosh darn it, it's far away. Do I really want to settle that far away? Part of me is the answer is yes. So what if I tried to settle up here? It's very snowy. That one's got a lot of resources going on. It only has 1 food. That's the problem. I mean, the fish are nice, but they're far away. The goat would give me wool. That gives me wool. I mean, I am going to get food. Alright, we'll go ahead and try that. I want to snag that gold before Greece does. Alright, so there's our spearman. And if I come here and click on this, can I click on it? Doesn't look like I can. It's Apulia. What if I came here to Apulia? Yeah, I can't do anything to trigger it. But I at least have...
A red-headed young man from the Garmir clan is looking to open a new business. He's a capable herbalist, but his family's background is in metallurgy. Meanwhile, his hobby is creating reed pipes to sell to traders. He makes a promising case for each venture and requests national funding for one of his enterprises.
So this just gives us a research bonus, and I already took trading. I'm going to go for irrigation over chariots.
A dignitary from a foreign nation is being welcomed into your city this evening. Your citizens are buzzing with excitement, but your advisors come to you in a state of panic. Every detail of the visit is meticulously planned, except the menu of the welcome dinner. Should the menu reflect the customs and preferences of your nation or theirs?
Alright, so we can just get 15 happiness. Call it a day. We can spend 200 wealth to get 10 feasts. I don't know if that's worth it for 10 feasts. I'm just going to take the 15 happiness. And if I click on... Like, Miami's... I think all 3 of us are consuming feasts right now. Yeah, we are. Alright, so our line unit is healed. Who's that? That's settlers. Nope. That's scouts belonging to Greece. Oh yeah, they're going after our settler. Ah, they killed him, I think. I don't know where they disappeared to. It's good to have them on your side. Alright, I would like to maybe go up and mess with their cities a bit.
The men of this tribe have hair so blonde it's almost white.
Always try to improve. The Romans have definitely spread quite nicely there, and I think I'm stuck. I mean, I just clicked on this, and how is it that I can go through their territory? It's probably because it hasn't revealed that that's Roman yet. We'll try.
You are the first nation to reach the Iron Age.
We are leading this game quite a bit. This is very different than previous games. Alright, so lots of options here. Straight up get 10 points. Can start minting coins. Cultural heritage. See all these check marks? That means I already have all those. It gives me 25 points and I can build a statuary. This also lets me build a statuary and a monument. So you see, like, you're doing this just for the 25 points. But if you were falling behind in the game, I think that would make sense. Textiles, hospitality. Ugh. The navigation. That's the one that has my goal. So let's do that. See, you currently have enough prestige. 3 players have advanced into early Middle Ages. So again, if you look at the standings, these two are going to be out. But only until once you get into the early Middle Ages, which, where did we go that we were looking at that? Oh, it was the tech. It was the tech tree. Where is my tech tree? Why don't I see it? I didn't even notice that there was a resource on that one. What the heck is that? Iron. Oh my gosh. That's a good one, and so is the cow. Or goat. That's a great one. Here's the tech one. So yeah, you gotta go into Antiquities and then early Middle Ages. So we gotta advance twice before it ends. Um, and we do have iron in one of ours. Oh, it's. I know why we haven't seen it before. It appeared now that we moved up to the new era. Oh boy, I am so slow sometimes. Um, then look at this. We got saffron flowers and a fermenting pit over it. I am totally down with destroying the fermenting pit. Yeah, you have to wait till next turn. Alright, so what's Warsaw going to do? Well, we're going to harvest the saffron. which appeared. That's a little annoying how resources appear where you already have something, but it makes sense. You start the game not knowing that that was even a thing. We have the whole concept of, do I want to move stuff out of the there? I think we should build the iron, because this takes a stone pit. Um, that sounds like an absolutely wonderful idea. So we'll get that going while the other thing gets destroyed. And of course, nobody wants to be our friend. I mean, we can try it. Alright, so we have a crafter idle. That's being destroyed, so I'm not going to worry about that. We got our unit. Oh, there he is. See, he ran away. Agreement declined. Okay, so we destroyed that building, which means we got to rebuild it somewhere else. I don't mind doing that, so let's get that rebuilt. Knowing full well it does better with other industry. That's a farm. So we'll build it here. See, we got so many things we need to build. And then this one requires a farm improvement, and see, it'll give us spice. I've never found spice before, so that's a good start. Alright, and then wherever their scout went, I think he oh no, there he is. So yeah, he's running home. So let's run home with him. We only have 7 turns left in the war. Oh, he zigzagged back.
A representative from the tribe wearing a prominent symbol.
There we go. So we got our new one. Knowing full well we gotta at least do one of them for housing. I'm 22 on food. So even though the city's short on food, see what happens is the city won't grow. Even if there is a surplus of food overall, it uses that food so it doesn't shrink, but it prevents it from growing at the same time. So every city, at least at this point in the game, needs to be able to fend for itself. So, yeah, we should get a farm going. Because we need it to grow. Otherwise, this is going to be a long day. Alright, now that we move to the next era, we can also build new things. So there's Code of Laws and Strategy Codex. And that takes 25 turns. And a timber. Just dropped it to 10. And we could do a material as well. Just dropped it to 6. And a food, which drops it to 5. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna make those. And then a place like Warsaw here, if I can get down to it. They must have run out of jewelry. And once we start getting them, it'll show up here, codex, and then it'll improve knowledge, things like that. And I forgot, we want to manage roads. So we want to build a road from here to there. Yeah, we'll move into that region. So I don't know what, I'm not very experienced with this part of the game, but like, can I pillage the area? Is there anything I can do to like attack it? I don't think there is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move to the next area, I guess. Alright, so look at this. We got another expert. And I think we said we wanted to do it on the city center, because that increased our wealth, so let's do that. And then we get to claim another region, which is always exciting. So let's go up. We get 3 minerals if we go this way. We can move us towards the gold over here. Yeah, let's grab that one. Now, one thing we haven't talked about very much is triumphs. So we can make this Nimrut dog because it takes 100 timber, 100 materials. We have both. But here, watch what happens when I click on this. It requires an entire region. So like this 2-province region is perfect for something like this because it's not really great land and there's only 2 regions in it, or 2 sections. So it'll take the entire region. So you don't want to put it on a section that has like 5, or a region that has 5 sections. Like, it makes no sense. But we can't do it at all. Now this, of course, will help us with our city security, because you can see we're a little low. And the blacksmith will produce these even though you don't have things, but I'm guarantee you that since I have iron, that's probably a good one. And then we just got so many other things too. Like, we have this trading post, which if we haven't built it, we should, because it generates a lot of wealth. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to cancel. We're going to build it with this one, because that's where the spice is. So we'll put it in the same region to see if there's any bonus there. Oh, we got another claim. So this is where it's been really interesting. I would swear blue had this, and now it's gone. So we are next to them, and they're still not taking regions. Or no, I'm sorry. This is where they were. They never took the gemstones. I'm going to take the gemstones. Why wouldn't I? Our city tier increased. We got to get housing going. We learned our lesson here. Look at this. There's iron there. See, we built our altar in the home region. We made a lot of mistakes. We're 1 turn away from building this dwelling. And we're going to have to destroy this one too if we want to get the iron. We definitely want the iron, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and demolish. We need the rope and all that other stuff, but okay, so we rebuilt this. I think this is the one we need. Go ahead and get that going. Get one every 3 turns. That should be plenty. I need a lot more workshops than I currently have. I keep getting enamored with building other things, but I need... Yeah, so we lost our improvement. That's fine. Yeah, so we moved in. They're basically protecting their city, and they have a strength of 49. We only have 18. There's no way we're winning this battle. I don't see any... Oh, here we go. Pillage, right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and pillage. Oh, that's our scout. We gotta get him out of there. Let's set him on auto explore.
An envoy arrives at your capital representing city leaders from a nearby nation.
Yeah.
They've admired your approach to governance and would like to invite you to their league.
We're gonna boost it again. And look, we just unlocked Republic. I don't know how, but we did, and it increases our city cap again to 6. You gotta do it, folks. I mean, the city cap is where it's at. So they're more likely to appear. So government, culture, and science improvements, or just 10 happiness in all city. To be frank, I think that is because you score points off of this. So that is, yeah. And look at this. We're going to get better tax rate. And 6, which again inhibits our ability to build workshops. Because we got a lot of going on here. So Miami, this is a 2-province region, or 2-section one that we could build a... oh, look at this. This is a great spot to maybe send a settler someday. There's a lot going on here. We have Miami working on a farm. This Cleveland is a perfect spot to build a... so see how it takes up both? It takes up the entire thing, but it's doable. And we can make Miami do the wonder, or the triumph in this case. And then that frees up Warsaw to keep producing things quickly. I would like to get that spice going, but now that we have our new government coming, you know what I want to do. Settler. We got to keep expanding. We have way up here, but we need something in the middle. And this is a little... Excuse me. This is a little more dangerous, but that would be another nice place to go. Or I am eyeing up maybe trying to go get on this island. And where did our scout go? Right here. So instead of going that way, I would like him to go to there. And then have him enter the water and come to this island. So we could send a settler there, possibly. Ideally, I would like to put him here. It's just that, I mean, there is food to be had. And that could be a farm that produces food. But it's definitely going to be rough to get. And you're doing all this just for 1 gold deposit. Oh, we got some limestone and copper there. Yeah, we definitely want the city in the middle here. Like, I'm thinking right here. We got limestone. Look at this. Do we got obsidian? Yeah. Right here. We want one. You could argue we could even squeeze 3 cities up here. You know, we got the one way up at the top. We got this one here. We could even squeeze another one in the middle. Oh, right. So we built our trading post, and they produce one and one only thing, trade goods. Which, as an amenity, gives you city prosperity plus 20. It's really good. Once every 24 turns. A amenity is used once every 10 turns, so we got to be able to reduce it. So we have to be able to make fur, leather, or fabric. We have none. I mean, we have them, but we don't produce them. But this is where I'm thinking. We got some wool um, that we can use. We could always use our timber. There's 29 of them. And that would reduce it to at least 8, so we're in range. And then we got all this stuff. And see, this is why you want to make baskets. Or I destroyed that fermentation. We need to get that going again. Because we actually do produce wine. So we could do... See, there's a lot of options here. And that would give another 100 production towards something that is... it would reduce it by 10%. So this is where the micromanagement really kicks in. I personally find it to be fun micromanagement. I do wish the tools were a little better in helping you with the micromanagement, but I think it's all good. Look at this. The Pompeii tribe doesn't like us. Yeah, we don't even know who they are. Never even met them. Alright, so this is where it also gets interesting. We had a goal to build the Great Lighthouse, and you need 10 metal tools to do that. We need a workshop to build those. And we're hurting because we've been destroying workshops instead of building them. You could argue we need these. In case Greece declares war on us again. I'm going to go with textiles, though. I mean, it's more goods that we currently can't make. So this is, I believe that by clicking on this, I'm saying I want to siege that city, and the answer is no, I don't want to siege that city. And you can see they've taken some damage. Oh, we're receiving indirect fire. They're shooting at us. They cause some damage. And you can see their war weariness is up high. There's only one turn left. And there's nothing left to pillage. So I think we'll head back to Warsaw. See, inconclusive. So he did lose a force, and one of his improvements was destroyed, or impacted at least. But, yeah, we didn't get anything. No victory points. Alright, so we've got a lot to do. This, we would definitely want a stone pit. We need to rebuild the workshop. And then we have... We definitely want that. The tobacco is an interesting one. It requires a farm. So I guess we can get that started. We've got so many things queued up. I still need to grab the pigs. Because then once we have the pigs, we can get the meat market going. There's all kinds of chain that goes from there. And yeah, we're just getting colder and colder with them. Alright, new Paragon. So if I remember correctly, one thing I wish they would do is let me see my current Paragons. And I could just X out, I guess, and look at this. So you can see that we have a scientist assigned as a domestic advisor and a chief advisor. So if you see chief advisor or domestic advisor, those two are already taken. I mean, we could always swap them around. But like if I'm like, oh man, I want this guy for this, I have to then remove. Like we don't have a cultural advisor right now, so this would actually be uh, decent. Um, we could get them just for the purposes of creating masterpieces, which I haven't played around with too much, so I wouldn't know. Um, religious spread. This one definitely has the diversity of masterpieces. But I'm going to take Zechariah.
Zechariah, prophet and author of the book of Zechariah.
This one's not bad, but I have no religious improvements to make at the moment. So I'm going to have him work on a masterpiece. And you can see that in Warsaw it would be music or a book. And you can pick any of these. So we'll put him in Warsaw and let's make him do I don't remember. I don't know what the difference is between these. Oh, I guess it just takes me there. So sure, we'll pick him to do music. And so, why do I have a red? Oh, maybe because I need to wait a turn?
Emissary arrives with a message from their leader. Although today they stand tall.
Sure. Improve our relationship with the guys who refuse to... Let's see if we can get an open border with them now. Declined. Alright, so we got our first settler. I think we agreed. We wanted to get right in here somewhere.
A loud trumpet-like sound startles one of your traveling citizens.
We get some elephants.
Upon their...
Alright, so... I cannot enter water. I thought I could. Maybe I need another tech first. See, now our everything I think just moves towards the middle. I know it sounds crazy, but let's see let's see if they take it. Nope, they don't. Yeah, those are the only 3 people we know. We gotta build some ships and see if we can... Alright, so we got our thing here. I know we need to do a farm. But since this is the home province, we'll just create a dwelling. Because we learned our lesson. Alright, and then we have... That's right, they're doing this. So this is the only one we're not making right now. And it takes 72 turns to make one. This is what's crazy. I can spend 5 more timber. I do not want to spend 51. I don't have enough. And if I had paper... So there you go, I got it down to 9. I don't think that's bad. And look at that, those jerks. They came in and settled as soon as we had peace. Let's see, they're still on track to getting trounced. Alright, so we got textiles. Now what do we want to do next? That is a government building. Or tech. This Gives us prosperity to our city for each distinct culture improvement within it. This one gives +1 prestige if built in your city center. I got a lot of city center stuff going on. Gourmet meals, I think, is like a. Nope. This is crafted at inns, pubs, and hotels. And then we could build an inn, which generates wealth and city prosperity. That's not a bad one. Let's do hospitality. Warsaw gets to claim something. Alright, we settled here. So it does make sense for Warsaw to. Like, that's frankincense. Let's grab that one. And we're sort of on our way up to the gold. And also that gives us 4 to our materials, which isn't horrible. Alright, so I want to fortify. To my knowledge, I don't know of any way to send them back into reserves. And if there is a way, I just haven't figured it out yet.
You have entered a golden age.
So I have 40 turns to defend Miami. So just like that, United States, bam, war. So bizarre. Okay, so they settled a city here. We came here because we're near the iron, obsidian, copper, limestone. These two I probably need more, but that's my largest threat, so I'm going to go ahead and expand that way first. Take that resource, and then we can grab these later. Whoops. Why isn't it letting me claim that? There we go. It's a little glitchy there. Alright, so now I can produce something in Warsaw. We got to get that fermenting pit back. So this is a production building. So we're going to build it with this guy. And then we need the farm. Let's get some fishing nets going as well. Warsaw's got tons of stuff to do. Was there navigation? I already did this one, didn't I? So why wasn't I able to go and embark on... Maybe I have to be in my own territory to embark on water. Can I... Scouts cannot enter coastal water. Do I have to produce a ship? I don't remember having to produce... I mean, there is a ship right here. But it doesn't say it transports units. Yeah, I don't know what's preventing my scout from being able to enter the water. I know they eventually do, because I had my scout on auto explore, and then he ended up getting sunk in the middle of the water as a transport. Maybe it's a technology you get later. And then, of course, so then the next question is can I move my settler? Can I move my settler to here? The answer is yes. So maybe I just have to click where I want it to go. See, it's trying to move as if it thinks there's a land connection and there isn't. And then, of course, our units need to move to Miami because we have to protect Miami from them. We also have to protect this. Again, I mean, it says I'm claiming, so I don't know. Alright, now we got a golden age. So we get a 25% prestige bump from all sources for 10 turns. We're already winning. So there we go. They got 15 strength here, 43 strength there. You can see they moved. Alright, so Miami just got a claim. Let's claim one of these. Which one? Which one? We'll do this one. Alright. We got our hearth, we got our farm. Let's build a dwelling. The Americans did move into our area here, so they might pillage. I got my big units coming down. And here you go, we got the Battle of Miami. So we got a line unit and a settler unit. They just lost 78 hit points. It'd be cool if it showed our watchtower helping us. Okay. And then when they're involved in a war, they can't move. Alright, so yes. This should have been built so tremendously long ago. And it was, but then we backtracked it. So, have this sucker make wine. We have plenty of grapes that we produce. And obviously you can make a rice wine as well, which is very interesting. We don't have this that we want to add. One every 5 turns is excellent. It's not enough, though, to make it as an input to something else. And then we get to put in another specialist. So that one would get us extra money. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Let's get extra production. Oh, we also want to manage roads. We already have a road, okay? We really probably should produce some more military units. I have nothing over here. Got the workshop. There we go. Another claim. Let's grab the pigos. Okay, so judging by this, I think we lost our wheels. So I do probably want to produce more of those. I really need these. I need both of these. Probably more than I need the wheel. And then look at how many goods now. We started with what? 5 of them, and now look at how many. It just keeps growing. And these workshops are needed for all of these. I'm going to go ahead and start metal tools. And 15 is a tall order. This is what we need, are these. 5. Yes, I'm going to do that. So we're producing 1 every 4 turns. 1 every 4 turns is good enough. Now, what do we need those for? Metal tools are used for upgrading almost all your buildings. So, that's an important thing. Sorry, I had to pause again. So we got things like this. Like, see, I'm producing... It says +2, but really I'm... Alright, come on. Just click on it. So, we're getting some nice food. We're getting 1.1 grapes. And, yeah, I'm deficient in my plows here. So, um, I really struggle with the order that I should be doing things. Like, should I be doing something else sooner? You know, that kind of stuff. These wars, like, how much do I need to build up my... Um, so here we go. We got another... we still need more research before we can do the next era. One more. I bet seafaring is how I end up right there. Allows your land units to move through coastal waters. Bingo. So I gotta get this guy away from their troops. I don't know why he moved into their troops. I know why, but yeah, I just need to be more patient. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna grab Siege Warfare now. I interrupted his orders, that's fine. And then... yeah, he's more or less dead. I don't know why I watch. Like, watching doesn't, like, do anything. But I guess I get satisfaction out of seeing them die. So, yes, they're not completely dead. I think he's got a sliver of whatever. And, yeah. So he's targeting Miami. I don't know what that little line means. Oh, it's population, it's city tier 6. That's what that means. His war weariness is way higher than mine. And, yeah. Defense is easier than offense. If I try to attack him, see, he's got 43 strength. I look like I have 31, but the moment that, see, I actually only have 18. It's my city buildings that are helping me, just like his city buildings are helping him. Alright, so we're back here. We got this going on. I think we do want to build an altar and a stone pit. See, it's not growing because of a shortfall of food. We never built the farm. Let me retrace this. Excuse me. And then we need the farm to be at the top. And I get to claim another region already. Um, yeah, let's get this one. Warsaw is just growing and growing. We get to add another specialist. Right there, +5 city happiness. We're working on fishing nets because we're doing this. We got a lot of stuff going on here. I think we probably want to start thinking about troops. Now that our tech has advanced a bit, I still only have battalions. I bet as soon as we get the catapult technology, that's when I want to start building. We might even get like a line formation that uses catapults. Alright, so here we have our scout. We're going to have him heal our line infantry. Need to heal. And our settlers need to heal. Look at that, 5 turns away. That's really good. Alright. Let's move our settlers off. That's what I expected. That's my scout. My region was pillaged. So what does that mean? So it looks like it just doesn't produce anything. Crafting stalled. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, repair dwelling. We need to be adding these lithic tools everywhere we can. Ooh, specialist. So we do have a watchtower somewhere. Right there. +10 city siege defense in this city. Could be handy if I was under attack. I'm actually gonna stick with economy-based stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna close that. Yeah, I don't have any plows. There we go, Warsaw. Need plows for that one. Here's one. Okay, so a reasonable argument can be made that we have plenty of those tools. Let me go here. So we were making, so we have 16 of these. So you could argue we don't need to make any more. Because nothing is actually consuming them. They use one. So, you know, I got, I probably made 30 of these, but, you know, I'm using 14 of them throughout my various industries. Um, so the uh, the idea here then is I can change what he's making. Even though he's doing a great job of doing one every 2 turns, we can maybe start making those plows because we need those more. So let's do that. See, that costs 25. That only costs 2. So there we go. We're going to make one every 7 turns. And I'm going to put it on unlimited. And you can have it just make 5. So we can actually have it rotate through. Make 5 of this, make 5 of that. It also would make it easier on your resources, right? Because maybe I only produce 1 wine every 2 turns. Well, I crank through and consume. I know none of these use wine, but let's say one of them did, or wool, right? It's burning 1 wool every day. I can make 10 of them, and then start making other goods, 5 of this, 5 of that, and then 20 turns later, I've accumulated enough wool that I can make 10 more. So the option's there. It's a little trickier in getting the balance right. I mean, my attitude is okay, I got 9 goods here. I need 9 workshops. Why wouldn't I? Right? And just have each workshop making each item. Alright, so we're going to just fortify for now. Now this is the interesting one. He's got 44 strength, so it's a little bit of suicide going after him. I could swing around to try to do this, but then he would just invade Miami again.
Greek ruler Alexander the Great seeks to foster a profound exchange of knowledge and culture. He proposes a grand symposium where scholars, artists, and philosophers from both your lands and his could come. An invitation arrives at the capital. It seems the son of the tribe.
Guess we're going to fortify for now. And see, his strength went up when he fortified, which is good. He's a line unit that he's supposed to. We're producing some nice items. Another region pillaged. Yeah, that's going to keep happening until I do something about it. Here we go. We're in Warsaw. I don't know what units I'm supposed to produce, but let's just at least make a spearman for now. The swordsman, I need one of those metal ingots, which I don't have. I can make a blacksmith, which produces them, but that's delaying me by even more turns. Let's make a spearman for now. We're 1 turn away from getting the catapults. Great, so we could go straight for seafaring. I don't know how badly I need these. The mint is the only thing that would be interesting. Can I get the mint some other way? So like if I wait to go here, can I get coinage? They're so hard to see because they're grayed out. I need a better tree view. What I really need is I want to be able to click on that right there. There we go. Unlock with technology, banking or coinage. So I can get banking later. It looks like much later, but you know what? I don't have the time to build it anyways. Let's go straight for that. because I want to get my settler and stuff across as well. And here we go. We got catapults. We're gonna definitely build one of those. How much does it cost? 200 bucks. I will pay it. We're gonna build it in one turn. And now we got our embarkation. Oh, 6 turns from now we will. It's this that I'm concerned. Look at that. We can make a legion now, which is 4. 3 and a projectile. So your catapult would be considered a projectile. Provides a bonus of 10% while fortifying. See, that requires cavalry, which we don't have. And if I do a battalion, it's still line and wedge. But that would be an interesting idea. I need something stronger than spearmen usually, but okay. Yeah, they're attacking my city now. I gotta do something sooner. Gonna do another. Let's get the archers first. Yeah, they're sieging me.
Your people have made Nemrut Dagh.
Alright, so this thing's finished. It gives us an extra city cap. That's interesting. I could produce a unit. We'll build a spearman. I should rush that spearman too. And there you go. They do really nice cinematics for these. I've built this one before. This is one of the easier ones to build. But man, oh man, the fact that they take a whole region, they really limit what you can do. It would have been nice if there was like a pop-up that just says, okay, what kind of bonuses does it give you? Civilization, would do that. I know it's not supposed to copy Civilization, but...
Emissary recounts a recent tribal visit. A trembling scout with fearful eyes told his leader of his expedition in the mountains, where he came up...
Yeah, they're sieging us down at the moment. We're currently here. We're going to get there in a little bit. See, and then they're going to... See, look. So now we should have enough, though, to get a legion. Which one am I missing? Oh, I screwed up. Let's do a battalion then. Make it a wedge. Like that. And deploy it in Miami. Alright. Million things here. We should build another improvement, and this will give us that metal ingot we were talking about. We should definitely get one of those going. A dock just absolutely improves your city production, and these specialists make it even better. So docks are really good, and so you can build one for the city. Let's do a dock here. The thing is I took up all the spots, didn't I? Oh, crap. I can't build a dock. I was supposed to leave these free. Oh, no. Uh, I don't know what I'm smoking. It is. It's going to build right there. All right. Whew. Miami, of course. This type of stuff will help us with our security. Not horrible to build. The city walls is probably better, so let's do that one. Look at that, it's got a maintenance of -3, but I'm still going to do it. And... oh, it doesn't take an actual region. I like that. I like that. It doesn't even take a section. Alright, I definitely want to... I want to build an altar, because I want the religion to spread. The growth is coming, which is good. So let's... a dock would not be a bad idea either, but... there was something that if you build it in your city center... was it the inn? No? It might be one of the ones that we can't build yet. See, look at this. The palace requires 10 ceramic pots and 10 ropes. And I was supposed to build this like eons ago. And I never have. So what do we want to build in this last spot? Yeah. I never learn. Okay, so this will hopefully move in and relieve the town. I do have reserves that apparently I already took care of. And here we go. So yeah, we just caused him to lose 84 hit points even though he was sieging the town. And that's good. We should be mustering. There we go. We're gonna grab that gold before he grabs it. Yep, the mustering begins. Now we're gonna go ahead and then turn. So now we have 39 strength. I don't know if it's enough to take on 43 strength. If I had both sets of units, maybe. See, he moved his archer that way. I mean, I could... see, it's only 24 strength. We're doing a good job of wiping him out here. I'm gonna skip this, sorry. Didn't mean to click. I think we're getting wedged in.
Well done. You
All right.
are the first nation to reach the Antiquities.
There's all kinds of cool stuff in this one. The elite training would upgrade my spearmen. I am at war. My struggle with every playthrough so far that has made me quit is not that I'm losing, because you can see I can defend myself even if I'm sloppily doing it. It's the... I feel like I have so many things that needs rope or whatever that I'm not producing enough of, and then I'm like, I keep telling myself, you know what, you could get better at your economy and your micromanagement. And every time I do this, I don't get better. Paper is critically important. I'm gonna go for paper. So this, I need either fish, which I have. So the butcher shop would work. I got all these open spaces. This one in particular can be used for a triumph, but as you can see, I'm just not producing the goods I need. Now, if I would have been able to get a trade set up with another nation, those extra merchants that I have, they let me pick any good that they produce, and I just get one. And so what I did last time is I picked, like I completely skipped the ceramics, like I'm doing here, and I chose to get one of these ceramic pots as part of my trade. And it burns one of your merchants. And for as long as that trade agreement stays active, you get a ceramic pot every day. Every turn, you get one ceramic pot from your merchant. And so you start the game with two merchants. But this particular race with Copernicus, he gets four merchants. And then, of course, you unlock extra merchants with some of these technologies. So in a regular game, as the United States, I was able to get to four merchants. With this guy, I would get to six. And that's the part that would be really handy. Unfortunately, I don't have it. And I could build this and then start having it, right? Because, you know, the ceramic shop is important, but so is a million other things. I think I want to get a blacksmith first. And which one does it? I want this guy to do the blacksmith. So we'll get that going first. Alright, sorry, I had to pause again. Okay, so I got my unit idle. This one looks like he has no troops. So I'm going to start marching immediately down. There's 20 strength here. And then I got this group of units, so he's up to 77 strength. But I might as well just gonna march across. I know Miami's his goal, so I gotta be careful. He could just start walking right into Miami. But here we are. Ooh, I'm actually losing this battle. Yeah, that's not good for me. And I don't think there's a retreat option. We're almost dead. Yep, and there they go. They just marched right into my city. I don't even know if this is worth it. Yep, completely destroyed. And now they're trying to sack Miami. Alright, I gotta not be dumb here. Get back to Miami. Alright, Kelm. We're gonna repair. Oh, that takes production. Alright, I think, well, since we lost our units, let's build more. So we got catapults. That cost 500. Maybe instead of catapults, let's do spearmen. What's Warsaw making right now? Yeah. We'll make another catapult with him. So you can see they're whittling it down. We didn't finish our city walls yet. I guess that's the biggest issue. Had we done that, then he would have been in trouble. Um, is there catapult? Oh no, I'm sorry. This is somewhere else. Um, yeah. So let's start getting copper and limestone. And here's our blacksmith. So we want to produce metal ingots. And right there, if we're generating copper, it would reduce it down to 2. And we're generating iron. I'm now producing 1.6 a turn. So it's really, really good. Alright, we should be able to relieve Miami here. And that just happened. They do have 2 sets of battalions, so it's pretty even actually.
A harried messenger enters your court with a plea from a foreign leader. They have been at war for some time, and although the fierce battle...
Screw you. It's still precarious here. I gotta get this farm going. I should probably it was I can only do 2 archers if I have cavalry, which I don't. We're gonna make the archers first. And then this. Gonna finish both of those. Alright, everything was added to the reserves. So now we're gonna come in here and choose a battalion again. A wedge. Catapults, archers, spearmen. And deploy to Miami. I can't because enemies are present. So then we would just choose. We'll choose Warsaw. Get that process started. And now we're back to regularly scheduled programming. This guy. Because we just finished the technology for saffron, we're getting both saffron and spices, which is awesome. And then also, we can add the plow. Remember, we're making those now. And that boosts it a bit. Alright, so we have stagnation because we're short on food. No. I thought we had the irrigated farm. It's an upgraded farm. So why am I not able to upgrade my farms? So like this is my food farm, for example. Oh, right here, upgrade, see? That's why you need metal tools. We only have 1. So we'll do that, and that'll give us a lot more food, so the growth won't stagnate. And that'll help. getting these messages. It's okay. I think they're winning because they're not even halfway, and we look like we are. That's why I was panicking a little bit. I mean, it's almost like an even battle here. We're mustering, which is fine. I could also try to move. Well, actually, I can move. See, look, that one went on the water.
As your emissaries into the settlement, a blacksmith from the tribe inspects their weapon.
Sure. Doesn't mean much. So like this tribe is gone, and I think they integrated with us, and I probably missed the note. Um, Alright, so we got paper, and this is huge. Sawmill upgrades. The library is huge. A lot of these. The tannery is big because we skipped leather earlier. We have candles is big. This algebra lets us build an academy. Scholarship gives us school. There's so many things. I think I should do this since I am at war. So here we go. We created a masterpiece. I thought we were doing music. Part of a masterpiece set. So Zechariah is building some masterpiece, right? And it should show up here on the list. I guess it is. It's a music. It's a Kanjan opera. Okay. It's a music masterpiece. I don't know what a set means because you saw me click on it and it didn't show anything. Do I want him to continue to build a masterpiece? Sure. We got our troops ready. I think they retreated. Well, this time we're combining our troops. Oh no, I'm the one defeated. I don't know where their troops went. I gotta produce more. Fine, we can upgrade that farm. But then we're gonna build catapults, archers. See, I can finally build a swordsman. And let's see. That's 200. Another claim. These are all good. Like even this one's good because it just gives me 4 regions to build industry. This one's a nice 5 industry one. So let's take that one. Catapults added. So I think I should settle there. Alright, so we cleared a predator. We're going to go clear another one. There's all kinds of resources here. Look at this. Barley, saffron. That's a goody hut. Goody hut. Yeah. Swordsman one turn away. Gotta get the archers up there, and then we'll have ourselves another battalion. Yeah, like we always have to do. Let's get a farm going. And then let's add a dwelling. Swordsman ready. I think I want to build another jewelry. Am I getting... precious stones or precious... What am I getting here? Gemstone. So I'm making 1 precious stone and 2 wealth. Oh, look at this. I have a specialist. This is going to be interesting because this one here is for the precious stones. Yeah, let's boost the precious stones. And do I somehow have a farm where a... let's close this. Like, why does that show... Oh, it's just saying the region produces one. Oh, wow. Okay. So, getting back to this town, I think, how are we doing with these? I wish I could see how many I had. Oh, right here, I have 10. We're gonna produce those. Because we just made a whole bunch of new cities. And I do have spices. Because we need to add feasts to all these cities. See that? Look, that actually helped my food production by adding feasts to all these cities. We're starting like right here. So let's add some trade goods. We have wine we can add. It reduces our knowledge by 1, but increases these two, which are already green. I think I'm going a little bonkers. Like this one here. We'll add that. And there's security and knowledge. Code of laws. There we go. So we got a bunch of green. The only thing that's low is health. And I bet there's a building. It would be nice to sort these by health. Can I? Ooh. I understand harvester, crafter, all that stuff. Let's get rid of military, masterpiece, and harvester. What do we got? I don't know how to make this go away. There we go. See, he's like, that's a government building, right? I need something that improves health. I don't know if there is. There really isn't. Alright. Let's finish those archers. So we can make another... There's only 12 turns left. Let's wait one turn. Yeah, we were able to wave them out. Couldn't save our other unit though. Alright. Once again. Battalion. Ooh, what's Vanguard? Nope. Wedge. That's a nice upgrade. Gonna deploy it in Miami. The other one, this one, can I do anything with it? Can I ever upgrade that guy? I don't know if I can. I have a disband. Don't really want to do that. Alright, back to here. Let's get a butcher shop made. That'll help us with our food situation. We're still at the top. He's still going to get bumped, but this jerk passed somebody. So if I can get him to, I don't know, lose points or something. Alright, what do I want to do with that? So you can do this thing called bombardment. But you need to be one space away. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Cancel. So here we can do bombardment. I don't think I wanted to do that either. Not yet, not yet. I see, I can hit any of these buildings. And we just got a claim with Miami. Yeah. Mustering is beginning. And sure enough, they're going to come up this way. So, did my troops upgrade automatically? They should have. They did not. Alright, let's do algebra. Did the time really run out? I don't remember that. Did they at least drop in the standings? They did! Yes! Oh, it's so beautiful. So I guess the war's over. That stinks. Well, fortify. And fortify. Alright, we're gonna try again. And what we really need to do is just beat some more. There's 8 civilizations in this game, so agreement declined, declined, declined. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Alright, so let's explore and see if we can find some other races. Back to Warsaw. We are producing a lot of things. I would like to... That gives us 5 wealth. I like all of them. See, if I put one here, I get 20% city production. So I'm going to take one away there and put him there for now. And see, they all have upgrades eventually. So we got the fish. We're getting some salt. We're actually getting precious stones from this. All from harvesting the shellfish. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Alright, so let's see what we can do. Obviously I need the ceramic. That's an option. I have to upgrade my farms. The tannery. I don't know what it takes as input, but it produces leather, which we also don't have. Oh, water well. Increases city health. Let's do that. Oh, come on. They're going to make me go through this again. Alright, we got ourselves a claim from Ostro... I don't know how to pronounce that. We have these zones right here. We need the obsidian. We are producing a lot of stone with this particular town. Got a claim here. This one looks like a great one to add. I have, before we build our project, we need to assign our person, or, oh, we don't have any more people. I don't know why I did that. Okay, what do we want to do? This is working, right? Right there, meadow ingots. So we're producing one every 4 turns. Is that fast enough? We need tons of these. I just don't know if I'm producing 2 a turn. We do have multiple iron sources, so if I build another blacksmith, I could probably pull it off. So we got that going on. We have the butcher shop, which... so with the pigs, we want to make cured meats, and then you can add pigs right here. Now we're doing one every 4 turn, which is excellent. And then you can also do the fish as well, but we'll save that for the other one. And you can add a spice. I don't know how many spice we're doing, but we are making salt. So yeah, we'll do one every 3 turns. What farm is this? Oh, we're just making straight up wealth. It's really nice. So we're only getting 1 pig every 3 turns. Ah, the pig thing might be a problem. So what that means is we gotta upgrade it. So that determined what we're doing with that city. We got some gold. Let's get that harvested.
Your scouts report back on a family of traders they...
Sorry. Alright, so here we go. This is a nice little island. I don't know. Maybe we'll find some other civs on here, and it's just that there's goody huts and everything here. It's almost like... I mean, you do have to research a certain level of technology before you can even embark on the water, so being the first is pretty advantageous here. There it is. Another jerky jerk. So, they're going after this city here. So first thing we should do is make sure that we're marching our troops up. And then we got this city here. So we got cities on both sides of us. That might be nice. Then we can start producing gourmet meals. That's also nice. Increases the merchant cap, because we, don't have enough merchants for all those trades that we're doing. It would be nice to get another one of these built. I'm building another workshop. gives us 100 points. Ooh. I don't know what... I mean, this one arguably... Yeah, because we can unlock... Yeah, let's do engineering. Alright, so here we go. We got the academy now. And generates knowledge. It would be nice to get the school. It's like we have like the library, and I can't build that because I don't have paper. See? So how do I get paper? That's where this game gets a little crazy. So which one of these gives me paper? I just researched paper. None of these seem like they would. The weaver. It should be textiles, right? Bandage. Garments. Yeah, the weaver. Why would a weaver make paper? Sawmill. Yeah, I don't have paper. And see, sometimes they're like too many goods that this thing produces. So like, is paper one of these? Doesn't look like it. It'd almost be like you need to, like monks make the paper. Hmm. I don't... Well, here. Rather than guessing. Oh, you need a mill, which we don't have. A monastery, which I don't think we have. And a windmill. Windmill is unlocked by windmills. Oh, it ungraves from a mill. I know this one. This was one of the options we had to research. We haven't researched that one yet. And then this is unlocked by illuminated manuscripts. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a tech from the Middle Ages. So yeah, I don't have the ability to make paper yet. All right, let's do academy. So this will help. Again, we need everything. Yeah, got a million things here. Grab the goodie hut. I don't think anybody else is here. What is our city cap? I know, let's look at the government. We can do one more. Where'd you go? We got a meteorite right here and pigs. This city up here is good, and they got 2 troops. They're gonna start sieging my town up here. In fact, they are. here we go. We got our troops. I would like to take his town, but I gotta go up and protect my town. I don't know where the other troops are. Oh, another claim. That jerk took a lot of stuff. Why can't I take that one? Is it too... Maybe I went too far away? So you can't go west forever? Oh, somebody else has it. Taiki. Who the heck is Taiki? Or no, maybe it is too far away. Alright, Miami has another specialist. Hmm. Go ahead and do that. What do I want to build? Let's get the fish going. I don't know, for good or bad, I always have the mindset that I want to get the special resources coming in as quickly as possible. And even though there's other industries that build on top of it, you build those later. Because now, if you have 50 fish stored up, then you can take a resource that uses 2 fish a turn and it's not a big deal. I could be wrong, because like even with the game Millennia, some of those upper tier buildings, the wealth generated from them was so tremendous that if you didn't go for those early enough in the game, you set yourself back. Like, you know, you're not you're not getting enough resources that you need to stay competitive. I mean, I think I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm hugely benefited from getting all these free points. But I think that if I looked at my score breakdown, I don't think it's necessarily all the free stuff anymore. I do think I'm scoring pretty well. But man, oh man, to get rid of these two, they're so annoying. This is crazy, this part here. But I want to keep exploring and then let my other... I have my other scout coming to here. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's just a little island that we sort of claim for ourselves. There's the other one. I don't know why he's taking his sweet old time. He almost sieged us down. We got there just in time. And now he's gonna... Alright, another research. There, the mill. We definitely need the mill, right? Alright, I am going to save it here. And thanks for watching. Stay awesome.